villainy.
Channel awesome.
After proclaiming my severe displeasure with the atrocious Pixar films about the talking cars, rumors began to spread far and wide about an animated film that made cars look like the Iron Giant.
Are you sure though? Because last I checked, Cars 2 is still the most hated Pixar film, and the only one to get a round rating on Rotten Tomatoes, while this movie sits comfortably in the mid-60s, so what were you lying about? This bot's DVD cover you probably got off the internet. Do I even need to explain what's wrong with it? Also, just like last time, what's with the stupid aspect ratio? It looks like it should be at 16:9, but for some reason this guy's been stuck with a square screen for the longest time, and to call it jarring would be an understatement.
In the late 90s, 20th Century Fox decided to dive into the realm of animation, a venture that almost ended almost as quickly as it began, as they almost closed their animation department after only 2 movies, Anastasia and Titan AE. Now, whether you love or hate these movies isn't consequential. They were still box office flops.
Actually, Anastasia was a massive financial and critical hit. It was just a huge gamble with Titan AE that put Fox in such a pickle that they decided to move on to CGI with Blue Sky Studios. And yes, I'm still sorry about Disney shutting down a little fanfare 2 years ago.
Their first outing, Ice Age, is no Toy Story or Shrek, but it was still a decent beginning to what one would assume would be a decent partnership between the two. And then came Robots. Robots! A movie whose shittiness is legendary. This movie is so horrid that they say that the trauma of watching it erases your memory so you don't remember the movie after watching it.
Again, you must have heard from a minority of people claim this movie to be the devil's spawn. This movie got mixed reviews upon release, with the people who liked it having fond memories of it from childhood, and those who disliked it to be whatever. I mean, it's one thing for you to feel like this movie is a cinematic disaster, but it's another to falsely claim it to be a universally hated Blue Sky film when you could have just waited 2 years for Ice Age's colonoscopy course to be a thing.
So our story begins in a world completely populated by robots. Wait a minute! A world that is entirely populated by robots? It's all connected. Oh my god! Alright guys, it's once again time for... Erod's Theories.
Skip!
So our movie truly begins with a robot finding out that he is going to have a baby. This particular robot's name is Herb Copperbottom, and he is played by Stanley Tucci. That reminds me, while Stanley Tucci's a great actor, and he actually does a pretty good job voicing Herb, this movie is notorious for casting celebrities with zero voiceover experience as not just the main characters, but all the bit parts as well.
Yeah, remember in my Hotel Transylvania video where I stated that Erod complained about animated films casting celebrities is complete bullcrap? Well, this video is the epitome of said malarkey, because this movie is best remembered for a stacked cast who basically cement their respective roles. And most kids who watch this movie are gonna miss the voices they hear in this movie, so what's the problem here? You know what, I'm just gonna skip over almost all future moments like this and pat the sync count. And Eric, if you're watching this and still complaining about the celebrities in anime film stick, let me just leave you with 2 words.
Nobody cares.
So Herb makes it home only to reveal that they have to assemble the baby like a piece of furniture.
Making the baby's the fun part.
Oh come on, that was a really clever joke in the line of Animaniacs.
Oh no, they always put in an extra... We did want a boy, right? This won't hurt a bit, son.
This isn't funny!
So what?
So we spend the rest of the film with Herb's son, Rodney, played by Ewan McGregor with the most awkward American accent ever.
I'm never gonna be someone here. I want to be an inventor. I want to meet Bigweld. I want to be somebody.
Ewan, I'll make you a deal. If you stop trying to do an American accent, I'll stop trying to do an irritating Scottish accent. How about that? So as Rodney gets older, it is revealed that with each passing year, robots get upgrades.
These are your 12-year-old parts.
I don't know, as far as I'm concerned, some of those upgrades are just not worth it.
You, sir, have defaced a national treasure. I demand you restore my buttocks to their former glory.
Okay, that was another clever Futurama reference.
he notices that his dad has trouble at his job being a dishwasher. So he invents a smaller, more advanced automated dishwasher. Did you just invent something that would put your father out of a job?
Did you seriously read that sentence out loud and that it was okay to put in this review? Rodney inventing something that would put his father out of a job? You do realize he would support his own family either way, right? Plus, if he ever gets a patent for WandaBot, that would mean even more money for his family. So what kind of criticism is that?
Nonetheless, Rodney travels to the big city to pitch his invention to Bigweld. Hey look, it's that scene from Bug's Life.
You know, I almost take the previous sin back. What kind of criticism is that? You do realize that a character going to a new city is a common thing in cinema, right? And don't give me that they're clearly capitalizing on Disney's success bull crap, because comparing two fairly similar scenes is the laziest way to claim this.
I'm an inventor.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
That voice, that uniform. Is this supposed to be some kind of rude parody of Mickey Mouse? Ah, damn it, every time! Yes!
Yeah, you had a couple things. Firstly, this is the second time in a row that you made the most idiotic evidence of you claiming that Blue Sky is only made to flip up Disney. I mean, for all we know, that's just the uniform Tim is wearing at his job as a gatekeeper, and that's just a silly voice Paul Giamatti chose for that character. And second, would you kindly apologize to Cinematic Venom?
Thanks.
What? I gotcha! You see, because you were all excited, and then boom! All right, I had my laugh. Go on in.
Whoa!
This isn't funny!
Yeah, you said that.
So as it turns out, Bigweld no longer runs the company. A younger, more business-savvy robot, played by Greg Kinnear, runs things. This is your stereotypical wet blanket businessman character.
Ratchet is supposed to be a caricature of those money-hungry CEOs who are so desperate for power that they're willing to do so at the expense of anyone below him. He's supposed to film subtle and clever commentaries concerning rich businesses, rewarding the rich even further while seeing the poor as worthless and leaving them in the dust. Man, this movie is more relevant today than ever, isn't it?
Now listen closely, as she miraculously makes all of her lines sound like she is reading them from the script that's right in front of her in the recording booth.
You haven't said a word.
It gave me chills.
Or she's making her lines sound like her character's just trying to come up with a good response so as to not make a current situation feel so awkward. Especially since she's clearly against Ratchet's intention of selling complete upgrades as opposed to just selling spare parts to those who can't afford or even want upgrades.
Cappy, you haven't said a word.
It gave me chills. But why would robots buy new upgrades if parts are so much cheaper?
That's easy, because as of today, we are no longer making spare parts.
And then, it happens. Fanboys and fangirls, I have found the character that is far more annoying than Jar Jar Binks, Mater, and Jonathan combined.
And just like Jonathan, 25 sins for calling Fender worse than Jar Jar Binks. At least Fender doesn't openly offend black people or ruin a widely beloved sci-fi franchise for everyone.
And yes, he is played by the king of the fast-talking douchebags, Robin Williams. The sweet irony of it all is that it was his portrayal of the genie in Aladdin that started the trend of casting celebrities in animated movies as a cheap attempt of promoting the film. A trend which is this movie's downfall.
Hey, blame Debbie Katzenberg for that, not Robin Williams.
Fender the douchebot takes Rodney back to his place, where he lives with other personality-striking obsolete characters. The robot halfway house is ran by his Aunt Fanny. Aunt Fanny. Just guess what's the running gag with this character?
Well, Aunt Fanny.
Couldn't call her Aunt Booty.
You know, in Britain, Fanny actually means vagina.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Also, the UK dub had a renamed Aunt Fan so as to not offend the people there, which begs the question how Shrek got away with the name Lord Farquhar, but I'm definitely not the subject.
Why are they so dusty?
Wait, don't!
Okay, that was another really clever reference. Honestly, for every few cheap references, there's at least one that I can appreciate.
Is that Bigweld? You mean to tell me Ratchet didn't do anything to him? He didn't incapacitate him or try to kill him or anything?
Yeah, I agree that Ratchet should have destroyed Bigweld instead of just letting him go. In fact, even the movie itself agrees with you.
And after you finish off Bigweld, there will be nobody out there to fix them.
You want to swing that one by me again?
Idiot! Those outmodes look up to him. Suppose he decides to come back.
Bigweld just stayed home, playing dominoes for the past 20 years, while Ratchet took over his company and ruined their society.
Bigweld does explain his reasoning for resigning as a CEO. His most to put his customer first got overshadowed by Ratchet's desire to make as much money as possible, causing even his own employees to turn against him.
Kid, sometimes you just gotta know when you're licked. To me, having the company was all about making life better. With Ratchet, it was making money that came first. I became old-fashioned, an outmode.
Basically, annoying fast-talking douchebot reveals that Ratchet and his very disturbing mother, played by Jim Broadbent. Oh, you heard me right.
And yet you don't have a problem with Tara Strong forcing a 10-year-old boy for nearly 20 years. You're saying actors can't play the opposite sex?
Have built a mobile chop shop to find and destroy all the outdated robots, so they can concentrate on selling upgrades to all the newer robots. Well, I would say that murdering potential customers is actually counterproductive, and it would probably be easier to outlaw robot repair without a license, so all the damaged robots would have to come to them for repairs.
Yes, because as we all know, when the government enforces a law on the citizens are automatically guaranteed to follow it with no second thoughts, just as the anti-maskers of the past 3 years.
Fighting never solved anything.
Quitting isn't so productive either.
Wait a minute! You just gave up in the last scene! What made you change your mind?
If you're gonna fight, I'm going in with you.
You are?
Hey, who's the dame with the sweet keister?
But why?
I don't know. I'm a big guy and I like women with large...
No.
I wonder if Mel Brooks got back at his agent for booking him in this horrible movie.
I take your little thing, see? I put it into this little hole here, and nip the tip.
Okay, funny Robin Hood clip aside, Bigweld does explain why he chose to join the fight.
Well, why are you gonna help us?
Because I want to grow up to be like you.
Of course, they go to face off against the bad guys, and the whole thing deteriorates into a series of stupid gags that are both unfunny and stop you from taking the climax of the film seriously.
I disagree on the unfunny part, but I'm not gonna sin that since humor is subjective. What I will sin is, you're not supposed to take it seriously. It's an animated family comedy, what did you expect?
Buddy, back up into... Look at the hang time! That's we're gonna leave it then.
Hey look, it's that scene from Shrek!
Refer back to Sin 82.
So they kill the bad guy's mom. Yup, they're killers now.
No they didn't.
What are you doing?
And even if they did, they just killed a bunch of evil minions in the final battle, so what's the difference?
Rodney and Halle Berry become a couple, in spite of sharing less than 3 minutes of screen time together.
3 minutes of screen time together, huh? So we're just gonna pretend the first meeting at the beginning, her saving him from getting captured, then finding Bigweld and them saying the day together doesn't count?
So I can honestly say that as far as being a studio that produces good animation, Blue Sky Studios' reputation is intact. As far as being a studio that produces good movies, that is dubious.
So we're just gonna pretend the first Ice Age, Hornets, and Who and Epic didn't happen, huh? Okay.
One outlaw you're not gonna get. Na 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 na.
This isn't funny!
Well, that's just as fascinating as the first 89 times you told me that.
It's just... Ugh. Things explode and bones go crunch when I unleash my Falcon Punch. If your lungs collapse, I've got a hunch that you got hit by a Falcon Punch. Falcon, Falcon Punch, Falcon Punch, Falcon Punch.
You're done.
Looks like we've got a job to finish.
Don't even think about it.
I'm here.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. You missed the delivery.
But it's okay. Making the baby's the fun part.
Good night, everybody.
What's that extra piece?
Oh, no, they always put in an extra... We did want a boy, right?
Ugh, the stuff they're getting away with on kids' shows these days.
Therefore, I've come up with a new slogan. Why be you when you can be new?
I can safely say there are some reasons.
Why don't you let me show you what it can do? It can do...
Hey, Diesel, I found your voice box.
This film takes place less than a year after the September 11 terrorist attacks. I bring this up because it radically altered...
That's no good. Give me that. What's the bad news?
As of today, they're no longer making parts for your model.
Well, that's fine. What's the good news?
When we had your parts, they were on sale.
Oh, yeah! It's real funny, ain't it? Ha ha ha! I almost just died, you piece of shit! Fucking Al, you suck!
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations.
Oh, that was great, psychic friend. Now say, money should be falling from the sky!
I am tired of just complaining and never doing anything.
Twitter.